Hello, 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 and welcome to ER Emotional Response Life Coaching with Inc. This is Ivory. Hello, hello, hello. I'm always excited to be talking with y'all and joining y'all in this podcast, mainly because we both grow together. Not you just as a listener, but me as the speaker. I grow and I develop as I reiterate what I already know, and through my research, additionally to what I already know, it adds to the foundation that I have on each topic. So I get excited because it's a growth process for the both of us. As promised, today's topic is happiness in the midst of pain. I figured we'd go more on the positive emotion side for a little bit, mainly because sometimes people don't think it's okay to sustain positive emotions. However, it is. Is it work at times? Yes. Is it possible? Definitely. And is it far-fetched to be in reality and remain positive? No. And so that's why I wanted to talk about happiness in the midst of pain, mainly because when we experience pain, the first thing we do is get down and out, angry, upset. The last thing we do is cling to the positive. Yet I am a firm believer in, even in the bad, you can pull out something good. If there's a delay in traffic and you're supposed to be work at a certain time, but all of a sudden there's a 30-minute delay. But then when you get further up the road, it's an accident. Yes, a casualty is bad. Yes, a collision is bad. Yet at the same time, for you to arrive 30 minutes later and just be a viewer, that's a good thing. Because had you had been 30 minutes early, you might have partake and been a part of the collision and of the pain. So there's always something good to pull out, even in the bad. And you say, why and how? How can you pull something bad out of death? Death can motivate you. How can you pull something bad out of the ending of a relationship? It could make you get in a mode of falling more in love with yourself and your kids and being more centered. Or how can I lose a job? Where you find the good in that? Now you get time to rest. You've been going and going and going nonstop without a chill button. But now you lost your job and you're sitting there and you're like, how? And that rest. Through that rest might come clarity on your next step. Instead of jumping into another job, you might jump into a career, a business that you always wanted. There's always something good to pull out the bag. So as we talk about the topic, happiness in the midst of pain, let's first define happiness. Happiness is the state of being happy. There's no other simpler way to say it. It's pleasure, contentment, satisfaction, cheerfulness, merriment, joy, glee, delight. Happiness is a state of positivity that you choose to be in. Trying to balance the scales, and even though you might experience trouble in your life, you choose to smile. I read a funny quote this past week, and it just was so hilarious to me. It said, smile while you still have teeth. And so if you don't remember anything else out of this one session on happiness in the midst of pain, remember that one simple thing. And I probably will post it on my page. For those that are not followers of my page, is life_coaching_INK on Instagram. And I might just post that quote because it's breaking it down to the simple. And life is just that simple. When we complicate it and we be like, well, gotta do this, gotta do that, gotta do this. Smile while you still have teeth. Because it's going to come a time when you don't have teeth. 70, 80 years old, you're going to be remembering the times when you had a full set and you ain't use it. So why have all the tools in the toolbox and never use them? What's the point of having the toolbox? So you got that full set of teeth in your mouth and you walk around and you never smile. You never find nothing funny. You never take the time out to enjoy life. You're going to blink your eyes and that full set going to be gone. And you're going to be looking back at the time when you did have a full set. And so there is happiness in the midst of pain. There is. And it's actually healthy for your heart and your brain / mind to choose to be happy. There are certain chemicals that balance out in your body when you remain in a positive state. Things might throw you off. You might get dismayed at times. You might pull away. You might retreat within yourself. However, in order for you to go on through the next day, you have to choose to be happy. Your financial condition could change. You could tell me, well, why would I be happy if I could barely get food? Barely is the operative word. If you can get food, that's a point of happiness that you can choose. Because there's some people that don't even have that choice. And choosing to be happy only spurs on the bonus feeling of being grateful. You enjoy being happy. Some people even click on funny movies and videos while they're going through pain just to keep going. Because in reality, pain is a part of life. If it's not a physical pain, it's an internal pain. But pain is a part of life. And so, in order to go on through the next day, the next moment, the next minute, you had to make a choice. You had to make a choice. And that choice can sustain you till things get better. And will they get better? There's always a sunny day to a cloudy day. Where the dark clouds replace the sunny days, sure. And when the dark clouds replace the sunny days, well, that sounds funny when I say replace, but when they cover up the sunny days, that means when things get dark. Whatever had you going when it was sunny should be the same thing that'll have you going when it gets cloudy. And that will be the key component for you to walk and move forward. No, you are not a robot. No, You are not walking in a fairy tale land. You are sustaining your well-being, your emotional wellness, your physical wellness. Letting stress overtake you, sadness overtake you, a downtrodden spirit overtake you. It's very heavy. It takes a lot. And then training your body to move in a direction of being down constantly, angry constantly, takes a lot of work. And then after you coast in that state, you come to find out that you don't even like you at that point. You actually enjoy the better part of you. So you try to retrieve the better part of you, but that takes a lot of work because you invested a lot of time in forming the downtrodden spirit week after week after week, and then month after month, and then it rolls over into a year. Not to say it's going to take a year for you to get back to the happy place, but it's going to take work. You're going to have to train yourself again. It might have been comfortable to lean into the sadness, the bad part, the negative part of life, because it was just easy to resort to. It took too much energy to think positive, to pull up a positive quote, to read a positive book. However, there's always the option to choose to be happy. And so much can spin out this. Being vindictive, retaliating, trying to be the reaper of what somebody else sowed. Let life allow them to reap it naturally. Don't take things into your own hands. Don't all of a sudden carve reaper on the top of your forehead. Because trust me, you'll go into a realm, a dark realm that you might not be able to pull out of. And then it'll become a rippling effect in everybody around you. Your daughter starts seeing the way to respond to pain when a man disappoints you is to retaliate. And so you are creating the woman that she will become right now as she's watching you when she's 10, when she's 11, when she's 12, when she's 13. She's watching you. And so you think that you're balancing the scales by retaliating or getting back. But you're also forming a woman right before your eyes. Kids watch more than they listen. Just watch it. Watch your kids. They watch a lot more than they listen. That's why when they become adults or teenagers and you find them doing little things that adults do, they be like, well, I saw mommy and daddy do it. I found it right. And you be like, no, but I told you X, Y, and Z. They be like, but you was doing X, Y, and Z. So you have that extra charge as a parent to even fully think out the consequences of being a bitter, resentful person seeking to retaliate and seeking revenge on people when they hurt you. The scale is well balanced. Whatever is sowed into the earth